People say that taxation is theft, and I beg to differ. You have a representative in the government. What do you want to do it for free? Just go penniless? Hey, asshole. Why don't you go tell us all the way to Washington and go tell all those bankers to fuck off? No taxation without representation. What that means is you, you're going to have a representative, but you're not getting raped in the streets if they're not. I mean, it's not the law. I know this is a totally new concept to the Muslims and their redcoats. We're just a dumb democracy. We don't get any rights. In America, the tea goes in the harbor. We don't storm the Bastille like a bunch of hairy Frenchmen. But everybody in Washington occupies a space reserved for those who would fight back against foreign tyranny, not just, oh, we like it this way. So was January 6th illegal? I mean, they're just trying to get Trump reelected, but what if it had something to do with somebody raping 84,000 Boy Scouts? If it was within his capacity to put the tea in the harbor, he had 4 years. Do you need a map, Uncle Don? The guy had 7 bankruptcies in this country, umpteen, around the globe, which is now flat because of him. Did Trump rape Eugene Carroll? Eugene? His name's Eugene. No. Eugene just got a cut of Trump's Scottish bankruptcy, and it's a whole kangaroo court. It's just, a bunch of jingleheads up in arms. This is how global diplomacy has to be done since the world court collapsed into its own footprint at free fall speed. I got raped. Everybody's, I got raped. That's the key to the British Empire. Is Britain necessarily the Reich? No. The Magna Carta is not flat Earth. They have a king. Talmudic Judaism is not flat Earth. It's not enforceable in court as far back as Moses. I mean, every Jew if you're a faithful Jew, is a king of his own house. What could be more democratic? But Islam respects no distinction between church and state. What does that mean? Well, that means it's not a classical religion. See, before Socrates, Greece was ruled by cults. Flat Earth. He proved the globe was not flat, and now it's illegal. It's round, or we'll kill you. There's varying degrees of, like, we could just sue you. You could be arrested. But it's round. So, does the kingdom of Saudi Arabia actually exist? And they're like, well, the Jews have no right. Israel exists. Sorry. I mean, where would any of us be without the Jews? Christ was a Jew. The first Christians were Jews. It might be argued that the Jews fulfilled God's purpose by foretelling the coming of the Christ. They represent a lot of things that make all this worth fighting for. Islam respects no church and state. It's flat earth. You're a slave of the prophet or the infidel. Persecute or be martyred. You're just a plaything for some gay banker. The Quran was disproven by Socrates 1,000 years before it was written. And then when it was, the first thing they did was invade Europe. And that's the first we ever heard of the sheriff. They invented the sheriff. The word sheriff was alien to the European lexicon prior to the First Reich. That's what we call it historically when flat Earth gains traction on the round side of the planet. Call it the Reich. And that's where the Iron Age gives way to the Dark Ages, because you got a bunch of heavily armed jingleheads standing around some hostage king, like, well, he's the boss, so I guess we're gonna have to sell some of these peasants. Some old hostage king with his half a dozen daughters, like, just do whatever they want, because they're maniacs. They're stupid. It's the law. You have to be. Persecute or be martyred. That's that's the law. You're either on our side or you're dead. No dissenting opinions allowed. Idiots raped 84,000 Boy Scouts, and if you don't like it, what are you going to do about it? So was January 6th illegal? It, I mean, first off, was it unethical? And obviously, like, okay, so you're an atheist, but was it technically illegal by international law? Religion is a search for universal and eternal truth. You don't get to tax us so the FBI can be like, it's our job. Nobody else is allowed. It's Islam. Like, I want to believe you for free. You should join my religion. Nobody's telling me to shut up to my face. 2 planes that size minus 3 towers that sized. We do the math, carry the 1. I swear to Christ, I'll kill us all. E pluribus unum. So the war on terror begins with Roe versus Wade, because first do no harm. You're not a doctor. You're not protected. It's not. You don't get to say it's for the greater good. You're not a stoic. You're a barbarian. You have trespassed upon the noble assembly. Persecute or be martyred. First do no harm, or finish what you started. Well, what are we gonna eat? Like what? If not each other? Imagine a world where you had the freedom to work a regular job, and then if something got in the way, you could investigate it without some unwashed asshole coming to your farm like, shut her down. A world where you did not have to become the unwashed zombie asshole apocalypse you have.